Okay, this is going to be one of the coolest videos ever. I found this old footage of Donald Trump in a personal video that was done back on the Maury Povich show. It actually reveals more about Trump's foundation than any of his stuff he's been doing in politics since 2016. I think you really get a better image of the man and see more about what kind of a president he is by that past, because his character really remains very similar to those days. There's something about Trump that's different than other politicians, but especially in contrast to Joe Biden, who is an SOB. Welcome to Doug in Exile. This is where the happy patriots are, and this is where I'm doing a deeper dive into Trump because I think, I haven't covered this angle on him yet. Here's the first tweet that got me clued in on this topic. This is from Cool Blue. Flashback to when an 11-year-old girl with a bone disease went on the Maury Povich show to meet a new friend who gave her and her family a life-saving check. Who was the new friend? Take a look at the personal video he sent to this girl.
So watch this in the monitor. I don't know if you know who he is.
Hi, Megan. My name's Donald, and you probably don't know me.
Okay, I got to stop here because the first thing Trump says is, "Hello, Megan. My name is Donald." He uses her first name and introduces himself with his first name. Notice it's not the brand. He's not doing Donald Trump. He goes, "This is Donald." And this is, I know this is weird, but when he says, "You probably don't know me," or "you may not know me," that is a sign of humility, that he's going to explain to her that she probably shouldn't know him, even though he's very famous. I don't think Trump ever, he's obviously a huge ego, obviously born for fame, but I don't think he's one of those guys that comes up crawling to it and worships it. I think he wields it like a bludgeon.
But I was watching Maury's show the other day.
Okay, that's another one I'm going to stop you on. Trump, his taste has always been trash. Okay, he has he's one of the guys with like gold toilet, gold wallpaper, tacky, gaudy, and there's something about that is even common to the people. People don't have highly refined tastes. The trailer park people that love them, the Rust Belt people. If you went into their houses, there'd be tacky furniture, tacky clothing, tacky jewelry. So Trump, we know already he's famous for, what does he order for food? I'll tell you, because I've memorized his order. He gets 2 Big Macs at McDonald's, 2 Big Macs, 2 Filet-O-Fish, and 1 chocolate shake. That's his order when he goes to McDonald's. And he invites all of his Secret Service people. He makes them all bring in bags of McDonald's for everyone on his staff and crew. When Trump goes to McDonald's, everyone goes to McDonald's. McDonald's is considered white trash. Okay? It's not that he can't eat a fine meal. He loves fine meals too, but I'm just saying he has a sweet spot for McDonald's. That's number one. Where's all this going, Doug? Why is this taking so long? Because Trump just now admitted in this old video, he goes, "I was watching Maury Povich." How many elite snobs do you know? I hang out with people in academia at the art department, and you do not brag to people that you watch Maury Povich. That's not what smart people do. That's not what elegant people do. You have to look like you're too cool and too elite and too educated to watch Maury Povich. And Trump was always a Maury Povich guy. They were close friends. Trump hung out with tacky people. I'm just saying it's okay. But he wasn't a ladder climber using only elite, snob, top, high-end, the smart people. That was Obama.
And I must tell you, you really hit me right here. I think you are so beautiful, and both inside and out. I had a little something, a little gift that I gave to Maury, who's a friend of mine, and a very good golfer. Don't ever play him in golf. He's very, very good, believe me. And I gave him a little gift for you, and I hope you and your mother have a good time with it. And you're very special, and you just keep it up and keep up that attitude. So good luck, and you stay in touch.
Man, that gets me. It gets me because he's not milking it for drama. He goes, "You're beautiful, by the way, inside and out." He pays her a physical beauty compliment, which coming from Joe Biden would be the creepiest, grossest thing ever. But Trump, says you're a beautiful girl inside and out in a way that is the best way you can say that. So I'll stop there without going too far into Joe's crossing a line and being incredibly creepy and incredibly uncomfortable. Now we're going to get to what he gave her, right? I don't know the exact dollar amount. It's a check, but I'm saying my thing is, the first thing is he values this girl and just kind of is rooting for her before he gives her the money.
So, Donald Trump, he has his name on more buildings in New York City than any other person.
Not anymore, thanks to Letitia James and the Democrats. To generous people like Donald Trump, who earned his way to put his name and license them onto buildings and have Trump ties and Trump steaks and Trump University. Many of his businesses, his casinos collapse and they don't do well. But the New York skyline, Letitia James is trying to make it illegal for Trump to have his name on buildings. The kind of guy that helps this girl who had a bone disease and didn't know her at all and sends her a check because he was watching TV. That's what the Democrats are fighting. Now, I'm going to tell you about Joe Biden in a second, because he is a son of a bitch. When it comes to spending money, this is one of the greediest, awfulest, chintziest vice presidents and therefore presidents we've ever had. What a dirty, dirty scum.
And besides that, he is one of the most generous people I know.
Now, personally, Maury Povich knows Trump as generous. And by the way, I've heard this testimony from enough people who personally know Trump, famous people, that just go, look, if I was going to describe him, he's one of the most generous people I know. In other words, he gives away money to housekeepers, to people who are sick, to people who are in trouble all the time. It is part of his story. He just cuts them checks and gives them money, gives little kids $100 bills all the time. It's part of his nature to give away. Now, fine, he's filthy rich. He gives a lot. I don't give him credit before God for being like the most generous guy in the world. Probably a middle-class person who tithes 10% of their interest might be as generous or even more if you go to percentage of his wealth he gives away. My point is, it's in his character as a billionaire to give money away for fun. I think he likes doing it. And here comes, we're going to do a contrast with Biden. First, I just want to show you this little girl and the mom get their check. I don't know how much for, but it's significant to them.
And he wants you and your mom to have a very special check. And when we talk about Donald Trump, when he gives out checks, we're not talking chump change here. This is big time money. So look at that. Do you know how much that's for? Did you get all those zeros right?
When Trump gives, he's famous for giving big zeros, big numbers. I want to contrast that with Joe Biden. They went back. This is back when Joe Biden was running for president and became Obama's vice president. They looked at his charitable giving. It was a lower percentage than any other presidential candidate. Joe Biden was giving less than 2% to charity. He was always a cheapskate. He never gave to other people. He was always greedier and scummier than Trump. And the only time he started giving anything away was when his son, Hunter Biden, ripped off America, ripped people off, and brought in the big scam. That's a difference in character that's worth remembering. Trump is generous, and Biden is a greedy, dirty, selfish SOB. I'm Doug in Exile.